A lot of us out there are looking for strength. We're looking for Shakti. Many of us are going through some sort of emotional turmoil. There are therapists available. We want to go see them. But even that is dependent on our family. We need to ask permission. We need to speak to our husbands. We need to consult our family. So sometimes we just give up before we start. So that is why we are here together to help you heal, help you understand that if you have a problem, because with the chakras, you will understand that how easy it is for you to heal, because it's about awareness. Today, what we're going to be discussing is all about awareness. Awareness helps transport that energy to that particular problem, and once you start sending positive energy to that particular area, you will become a natural healer. You don't have to see anybody. So this is to evoke the Shakti in you, also evoke the inner healer in you. We all have healing powers in us. It's just that we've forgotten what our strengths and capabilities are, and once you know what your true strengths are, trust me, you will lead such a dynamic life, and there's no turning back after that. So the whole intention for today's session is to evoke the Shakti as well as evoke the inner healer in you. So there are three very important chakras. All chakras are important, but today we're going to be talking about the physical chakras, which starts with your Muladhara, your Swadhisthana and your Manipura. These are chakras which help us get what we want in life. The three basic needs that all human beings have is one, which is the need for survival. The second is the need for sex. The third is the need for food. So in survival comes your money, comes your relationships, comes everything. So if we help ourselves fix the blocks that are there in our physical chakras, you will see that all the energy will slowly, which is blocked, will start transcending upwards. And the minute you start transcending all that blocked energy which is in you upwards, you will have that sense of liberation and that sense of eternal bliss. So let's begin. We will now talk about the Muladhara. So the root chakra is our basic chakra. It's also called the base chakra. This chakra signifies or stands for stability, grounding, balance. So if you want to be dynamic, if you want to have that magnetic pull, if you want to come across as this motivated, charged person, you have to have an active and a well-functioning root chakra. So when you notice that either you or someone in your family is feeling very demotivated, they do not have that drive or desire to get up, go to work, they do not have that desire for the basic survival instincts, that's when you realize that the root is not functioning well, because the basic survival instincts are very natural. It comes to us by default. No one trains us to feel hungry. No one trains us to protect ourselves. It's just a very inborn Shakti or energy. So if this is missing in a person, you will see that that person has no desire to go to work. They will not be motivated to, get on, go outside the house. They'll be just sitting at home, languishing, not wondering what has hit them. So this is when we have to realize, like, oops, you know what? The root chakra is not functioning properly. Instead of nagging the person or telling them, listen, get on with your life, get a life, it's better to tackle, understand what energy is not functioning properly and try to look for remedies to fix that imbalanced energy. So when the root chakra is not functioning properly, you start getting consumed by fear. Now, fear is something that will overrule you and hijack your entire psyche. And this happens a lot with especially parents after 45, 50, is because until then we've had our kids with us, and then suddenly the kids leave, go to university. Until then we've been the perfect helicopter parents, monitoring, managing everything for the parents. Suddenly when the children leave, you realize that you do not have control over their lives, you don't have control over their environment, and suddenly there's this huge void in your life. Okay, and that also comes with various other things like our midlife crisis. Women, it'll be perimenopause, menopause. So at this time, we feel that we lack control over our life and the lives of our family, and that's when we start feeling low. There's a dip in our energy. Our Muladhara stops functioning the way it used to, and because of that, you don't feel grounded. So what happens is when you don't feel grounded, you want to feel connected to Mother Earth. You want to feel heavy. And because of this, we tend to binge eat. We tend to go into this whole mode of emotional eating, because the more we eat, the more heavy we feel and the more grounded we feel. But this is so temporary. That's why so many of us start putting on weight after a certain age, is because we surrender to emotional eating. My example, when my daughter left, I gained 3 kgs because, I had no control over her life. She used to be stuck in the Mumbai rains and there was no driver who I could send to rescue her. And because of that, I would open the fridge, have some chocolates or drink something that I'm not supposed to drink. All these things. And the more you eat wrong food, the more you eat processed food, our vibrations start weakening. And because of that, we're not helping our root chakra. So that's why it's important to be aware of our emotions. So activation of the root chakra is very important, and trust me, it is the easiest thing. You don't have to go anywhere to do it. So all I tell my clients, instead of binge eating or indulging in things which are not good for your body or your mind, look within yourself. You say, oops, I'm not feeling good. My mood is a little off. I am dipping. May not be depression, but I'm not feeling good today. That's when you start working out. Few things that you can do to instantaneously activate your root chakra is one, squats. Squats with a kettlebell. Keep it in your house. The minute you're feeling low, grab it, do some 20-30 squats. Play some music, do some jumping, some Zumba, dancing, whatever it is. So the solution for a depressed state of mind is motion and movement. So the minute you get into movement, you get into some sort of physical exercise, your mind and your everything will start feeling better. Because the more we focus on the mind, the more we entertain our problems, the bigger it becomes. So ignore it. Focus on something that is easier for you to do, and trust me, with time you'll get better. So instead of going and opening your fridge to eat some muffins, grab your kettlebell and do some 20-30 squats, and trust me, you'll feel better instantaneously. The other thing that we've stopped doing nowadays is walking barefoot on grass. Nature is our mother. Mother Nature is the best healer. So if you can't do your dancing, if you can't do your squats, just walk barefoot, because you will soak in that energy and instantaneously feel a lot happier, connected as well as grounded. Emotional eating is such a common thing these days, even with our children. The minute you ask them to do a task, they want to eat something. During exams, you'll realize a lot of kids put on weight. And now if you look out, the obesity has really increased, because you know what? People are gravitating towards processed and tamasic food. So this food actually starts making you feel very heavy. For all the kids out there who watch the Avengers Endgame, the whole thing of Thor gaining weight because he lacked motivation, and sitting there having chips and beer, putting on weight, that is a sign of a chakra not functioning well, and that is a sign of emotional eating to cope with the pain and the suffering that you're going through. So learn from movies, learn from examples that emotional eating is not the good or the best thing. Even in movies, you see when someone breaks up with a boyfriend, they have a tub of ice cream, or they do these kind of things, they grab some chips. All this is not good for you. So stop indulging in emotional eating when you are feeling depressed. Get out there, go for a run, and do something where you start releasing endorphins naturally. So by aligning your root chakra, basically you can lead a very grounded, authentic and happy life. You will be this dynamic person who will be able to achieve everything and have everything in their life in control. You'll eat right, you'll exercise right, you'll sleep right, and you'll make all the money that you want. Because many of us do not make the money that we deserve because of fear. Many of us fear that, it's so challenging, life is so tough, and that's why the more we live and harbor fear, the more fear we attract. So change fear to faith and enjoy your life, because it's beautiful and easy, and you have it in you to lead that dynamic life. So having an overactive root chakra can also be very scary. Because what that's going to do is you're going to be extremely driven, super motivated, super charged, that you're constantly thinking of what do I do next? How do I make more money? What can I do? How do I achieve my goals? So stimulated that you work overtime and you start suffering from insomnia. You start suffering from high blood pressure. So all these things are also not good, because the minute you compromise on your sleep, you compromise on your basic lifestyle because you're so charged and motivated, it's not going to help you achieve what you want in life. Insomnia is a sign of an overactive chakra, and I have to be guilty for that. I am a super motivated charged person, and I do suffer from insomnia the days I'm overworked and overthinking. So you need to understand that instead of gravitating towards your melatonin or any of the sleep tablets, it's better to understand that if you're not sleeping well, it's because your root chakra is highly active. So cool down your root chakra. The best tip or the advice I received was healing, pranic healing, as well as yoga nidra. So try doing some yoga nidra around 7 in the evening. Don't wait for too late. Just relax, just calm down your nerves, and trust me, you'll be able to have a good night's rest, because you're going to forget about all the material things that you need. Wake up in the morning, feel charged again, and take over your life. The main reason we are having this session is because we want to have a conversation. This is not a monologue. I want to have a dialogue with all of you. In case I've missed out on few topics, I want you to DM me, write to me, because I'm human at the end of the day, and I may have missed out a few things, or I may have even confused you. Sometimes when we start thinking, we may have a lot of doubts and questions. Reach out to me. I'm here to help you out, because this is a platform for all of us to grow, evolve together.